Taurus, welcome to the Onyx Moon Tarot. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. There is no gender in tarot. This is something that could have happened to you already, could be happening to you now, could happen to you in the future, Taurus. I pull on the sun sign of Taurus. Check your other placements. If this doesn't make any sense, it's okay, because this is a collective reading. If it does make sense, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Alrighty, Taurus, these cards are a little wild. Somebody a little wild in your life? 8, I miss you, do you? August could mean something. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years. Introspection, Virgo energy, taking some time out to think about what's going on, a little bit of healing. Wanting balance. If you're going through a court case, things could go in your favor. Somebody is very manipulative in your energy. Somebody could like to manipulate, emotionally manipulate. They don't like to put a lot of work in. They don't like to do a lot. They might like you to chase them. Ain't that a real kick in the ass, huh? Something could have happened. Earth cracked. Wasn't really a big surprise to you that this came about? You might have been expecting it. Actually, it could have been you that actually walked the world. Things just weren't going. You could have seen through this person and realized that they were emotionally manipulative, that they're not doing anything. It's always you making the phone calls, making the plans, saying, let's do this, let's do that, coaxing them, realizing that you were the only one that was building to try and have this relationship. And you could have said, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. Why is it always me? Let's see. What do we got? Somebody could be blocked. You could hear some news. Obsessive thoughts. They're not rolling around in the brain all the time. There could have been some type of addiction. Could have been an addiction to the obsessive thoughts. You're thinking about them 24/7 all the time, no matter what you're doing. Washing dishes, going to work, driving to work, listening to music. That song reminds you of them. It's constantly rolling around in the head. You could be coming out of that now. Walked away. You walked away. Took you a long time. It was emotional. This was ripping your heart out to have to do this. You were totally into this person. We've got 2 8s here. This wasn't an easy walk away. This person meant something to you, but they just weren't doing it the right way. You can't just have one person going all in and the other one taking. Yeah. As this relationship stands, how it was, that's over with. Not saying the relationship is over, but how it was is over. Can completely transition into something else. You're laying down different guidelines for it now. You're putting down some boundaries. They need to step up the right way and transition into the right kind of a relationship, or it could be over. And you made a decision. It's not moving forward. Very hard decision to make. Are you going to stand by that decision? Because there's lies. Lies. You saw lies. This person and the truth don't meet in the middle very often. Single, ready to mingle, but they didn't value that. They didn't value you that way. pre-Empress energy, which we know Taurus and Libra represent the Empress. And being devalued, you need to step into that power. Giving and giving and giving, that is not Empress energy. Empress doesn't come down off her throne for anyone, not even the Emperor. He gets out of the chariot and goes to her. This person made you feel less. I don't know if it was on purpose, but their behavior of how they treated you was making you less than what you are. You need to stand in your power. It needs to be equal. As I said, balance. Scales need to be equal. Whether I'm talking to a male or female Taurus, it needs to be the same. You know what this person's all about. They're deep, dark, whatever. You can see through this person like a screen door. I think maybe they don't like that. They have a facade that they put on to the public, and you can see right through them. This was heartbreaking. As I said, walking away from them took you a while. It hurt. You grieved. You grieved this. You're wavering on the decision, but you have to boundary up with this person. Not making a boundary and sticking to that boundary, they're going to walk right over you. They're going to walk right over your boundaries anyway, I think, because that's what they do with people. But if you don't boundary up, you're never going to be able to change how this relationship works. You're always going to be the one putting 100% in. And they're not. They're just going to take. It could have been third party, and it was heartbreaking. You could have been the third party, and things were not changing. And that's a real kick in the ass. If you were the third party and you had to do all the chasing and all the work to maintain being the third party, and even if you weren't, and they had somebody else, and you still had to do all the work, and they had somebody, this person, I don't like this person. I really am not liking this person. Aquarian energy. Liar, cheater, betrayer. They juggle. They need to have you know how it takes a village to raise a child? They need the village to feel validated. They need to have that adulation. Sometimes even if it's not, you know how celebrities, even bad press is good press because at least it gets their name out there. Even if they get bad attention, it's still attention. Like a narcissist. I'm not saying this person is a narcissist, not at all. Everybody has narcissistic tendencies, and I'm not saying that about this person. But even bad attention is attention. It gives them some type of validation. I don't know why that this is that they're craving this. I think you're going to say that they are not your wish fulfillment. Somebody could have a drinking problem. Somebody could like to drink. It's not over. This relationship is not over. I said you need to boundary up. You need to make some changes. If you have not, you need to. And transition this. The way the relationship is going now, that is finished. The relationship isn't over, but the way you were involved in it is finished. Set your boundaries, speak your mind, make it be how it's supposed to be to make you feel secure and stable in it, and transition it. Make your changes. Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. If it made any sense, give me a thumbs up. If not, come back and see me next week.